Ratio word problems. We're going to use what we know about ratios to solve word problems. Let's look at this example. At a farm, the ratio of cows to horses was 9 to 5. If there were 36 cows at the farm, how many horses were there? All right, so let's write down our first ratio, and we're going to write it exactly like it says. So we're going to write 9 to 5. We're going to write it as a fraction. All right, and let's remind ourselves that the 9 was the cows and the 5 was the horses. And then we're going to look at the next set of numbers that they have. If there were 36 cows at the farm, how many horses were there? Okay, so we're going to say the 36 is for cows. Notice my cows are at the top. They got to be at the top in this ratio. So I don't know what this is. My goal is to figure out what this is. So I'm going to use what I know about equivalent fractions to figure that out. So you need to ask yourself, what would I do to get from 9 to 36? Well, 9 times 4 is 36. So I've got to do the same thing down here. So 5 times 4 is 20. So how many horses were there? 20. In this example, it says, in one day, a movie store rented out 60 comedies. If the ratio of comedies rented to action movies rented was 10 to 7, how many action movies were rented? Well, we're going to write down our ratio, 10 to 7, and then we're going to see what those numbers meant. Okay, it says ratio of comedies. So I had comedies first, and then we had action for 7. Now, when we set up our next ratio, we need to make sure that we're putting the number in the right spot. Well, it says 60 comedies. Well, comedies was at the top, so 60 is going to go here. And I'm looking for this missing number. All right, again, I'm going to use what I would use to find an equivalent fraction. And I'm going to say 10 times 6 would give me 60. So I have to do the same thing here. 7 times 6 would give me 42. So how many action movies was rented? 42. So that's how we're using ratios to solve problems. Don't forget to give yourself a little reminder of what number means which thing. That will be very helpful.